Hey friends, it's Patty the Tinkerer's wife, and I am out in my backyard here in the sunny, very warm Pacific Northwest. It's getting close to 85 degrees out here, and I am working on my raised vegetable bed. That's right, I am finally getting my vegetables in. I do have some beans and some tomatoes and other things in, but what I want to talk about is not about what I'm planting, but what I'm doing with the bed and how I came to doing it as late in the year as I did. And it was my fault. So, I am going to show you what I've been doing. I'm also going to share with you the product that I'm using because I'm kind of doing a review here in the midst of this. And I also want to show you a really neat raised bed system that is not very expensive to build, and you can move it. It's movable. It's like Lincoln logs or whatever for gardeners. It's really cool. So let me start with that. Then we'll go over to the product I'm using. And I might show you a thing or two of the different vegetables because they're right next door to everything. So anyway, let me show you. Okay, this is my vegetable bed here. And these are cedar boards that I got used. I got enough to make this size of bed for $10 because they were used. They're not perfect. They've been out in the weather a little bit, but they're not horrible. So I'm going to put my glasses down here somewhere. I don't wear my glasses when I'm doing this because I can't see anything because they get dark in the sun. So these are the little Lincoln loggy things I was telling you about. This is a cement block that is made so you can set wood down into those slots. It's slotted. And it should be held down by like a piece of rebar there. But they wanted almost $5 for a 1-foot piece of rebar. And I went, are you kidding me? A whole 10-foot piece costs less than that a foot. Way less. Like maybe 10 feet was, I think, just under $8. Yeah, go figure. That what we pay for convenience. Yeah, I also tend to be rather frugal. I really wanted to have a raised bed that was, well, not a raised bed, an in-ground garden, or at least a raised bed that had better soil in it instead of bagged stuff. But I fought with myself for over 2 weeks, probably more like 3 weeks, before I this morning made the decision to do what I did here. I do have amended soil underneath this, but it only came up like an inch high, so I didn't want to plant in that. And this is the product that I'm using. Shadows, sorry. It's Pacific Northwest PNW'S own soil and organics raised bed soil. And they have it so that it is fine enough that you can plant things into it. You can see how fine that is. I'm not paying attention to my phone here. It is woody, but it's not like some things. You can tell there's other things mixed in with it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if it is going to be a success or a frustration, and I will let you know about that, so we'll stay tuned for details. But I got 3 of these bags. They're 3 cubic feet each, so that made 9 cubic feet. That will pretty much fill this as deep as I need it to be. Yeah, so look at all the other things that are going on here. My Italian purple beans are doing really well. The noodle beans are just starting to get their legs under them and are starting to grow finally, but they're about this tall above the plant. So, but they finally have their climbing gear on, I guess I should say. Yeah, so I'm very late. So I guess the thing I wanted to say was, or to explain, was how I came about changing my own mind, because I was pretty set that I didn't want to do bagged soil. I was stubborn, very stubborn about it. I'm going to go in the shade here because it's just a lot nicer in the shade. So I, for 3 weeks, was in having a hissy fit. But I don't want to get bag soil. But I didn't have any way to get bulk mix from the local landscape company, which is just around the corner from me. I don't have anybody with a truck who could do it. My son has other things he has to do right now, so I was trying to figure out how to do it myself without bothering him with anything when I could do it myself. I needed to figure this out. This is me learning how to do things myself now that I have the bandwidth. This is the first time I've gardened since I planted the garden the summer that Ben died. So that was 6 years ago. So that's the last time I had a garden. And then this year, here we go. And I have to start from scratch. And I'm starting in unfriendly ground. It has a lot of the red rock in there. It's a manufactured home park, what can I say? And the soil there had been arborvitae here. So this soil was definitely in need of some help. Yeah, so had there not been red rock here, it would have been beautiful because of the duff that was underneath those trees. They basically were trees. I'll show you why I'm saying that. Those are my neighbor's arborvitae. That's what happens when you don't prune your arborvitae. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be finishing that up, and then I'll be sowing some seed after the sun goes down and watering it in, and hopefully it will grow well. I am a firm believer that nothing will grow unless God blesses it, because he's the one that's the giver of life. And so I'm just dedicating all of this to him for his will, and hopefully it will be blessed, and I will have a wonderful bounty, and I'll have stuff to pickle and things to put up like tomatoes and that kind of thing. I'd love to have home canned tomatoes. Do stewed tomatoes. I love canned stewed tomatoes, and they work well in a lot of recipes. I'd love to make some tomato powder. That's one of my goals. I have a food dryer, so I could do that. And yeah, cucumbers so I can have pickles. And I want to grow some carrots. I haven't grown carrots in years, and I want to grow some other things, which you'll see later. But I'm going to let you go here because it's been 7 minutes. I think that's been long enough, don't you? I'm so used to doing like 20 or 30 minute videos. But we can save the rest of this for another video. So for now, I'll let you go. This is Patty, the Tinkerer's Wife. Thank you, everyone who stopped by here, whether you're new or not. Appreciate y'all. God bless.